We are in the Hafter Media Lab, learning the Sefer Pituchei Chotam. I'd like to thank my wonderful producers, Zach Newmark and Caleb Gassner, for doing a great job producing this video. It's Parshas Tazria, and Parshas Tazria opens up with an awesome mitzvah of bris milah. The mitzvah of bris milah is so awesome because the HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't only give us mitzvahs to make us kaddish, to make us unique and to separate us from the rest of the chevra, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us a mitzvah, one singular mitzvah that we always have on us at all times, to be able to remind ourselves of our uniqueness and the kedusha. And by keeping that bris, by keeping the bris milah and being shemer the bris and all of the inyanim that are connected to that makes us into tzaddikim. V'amech kum tzaddikim. Fantastic. Now, there's an idea that Rabi Yakob talks about often that's called hamtakas hadinim. So I'd like to describe a little bit what that means and how we can talk about that practically and what that means Kabbalistically a little bit. So hamtakas hadinim refer to negativity, gevura, when we see things not going right, things are bad. That's dinim. So how do you sweeten those dinim? So that's an avodah called hamtakas hadinim, and that is by looking for the good, to finding the good that may be there, or bringing everything back to its ultimate root, which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In a different sort of avodah, I think Rabbi Yaakov here does, that he shows where the gevura, where the dinim are, and he shows in the mitzvah itself that there is a mituk, there is goodness, even in the ra itself, or what looks difficult, what looks as something which isn't great, or looks like dinim, there's something that could be sweetened, could be found the goodness in that idea. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. So the Torah tells us, on the 8th day, so yimoil besar lasai, so the flesh of the foreskin shall be circumcised, the mitzvah of bris milah. So it says Rabbi Yaakov like this. First of all, you have to understand that milah, the idea we're cutting off the milah, like what's going on? There's a din, there's something that's negative, and we're removing the negativity. So yimoil, the act that we're doing of milah, is begematria 86, which is the shame which is associated with gevura, with strength and dinim, as opposed to the shem havai, which is chesed. Elikim is dinim. So yimoil is begematria elikim. So that's our first. We go a little bit further. Now, the idea is to be mamtik all the dinim. So first of all, we have to experience elikim in its fullness. Okay, the fullness of elikim, with to see the shame of elikim b'milui. And then another thing called the shame of Elikim b'ribua. And you'll say, I'll show you what I mean here. So first of all, the shame of Elikim b'miloi is spelled Aleph, Lamed, Hey, Yud, Mem, and you spell out each letter. So Aleph is Aleph, Lamed, Fei, equals 111. Lamed is Lamed, Mem, Dalet, v'chule. If you take the gematria of Elikim b'miloi Yud, that you get 300. There's another way to work with the Shem Elikim, and that's called Beribua. So you start with an Aleph, then Aleph Lamed, Hey, Aleph Lamed, Hey, Yud, Aleph Lamed, Hey, Yud, Mem, and you take the gematria of all of that, that gets you 200. Okay, so these are two expansions, so to speak, of the Shem of Elikim. So that is an idea of dinim. But we're finding in here, a HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name. So Besar or Lasai. Remember, the pasuk says Yimail Besar or Lasai. Besar is the Beis Shemus of Sama, of Sin and Resh. The two names of Hashem, which equal 300. Shin is 300, and Resh is 200. That gives us 500. Besar is the two names of Hashem, two names of Elikim, of the Shin and the Resh, of Elikim b'miloi and the Elikim b'ribua. Or Lasai, Arla is 305. That would be the Shem Elikim plus the 5 letters of the Shem Elikim. That gives you 305. So we see entrenched in the mitzvah of milah is a mituk of the dinim. We're trying to sweeten the dinim. We're trying to find HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the klipa, in the arla itself. In this mitzvah, Hashem is there. And here comes another idea. Besar yimol, besar arla. So you take the Rashi Tevis of Beis and Ayin. Beis and Ayin is Ayin Beis at 72. The Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei. Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei, which is the Shem of Chesed. If you spell it out, b'milui Yuds, that's Yud Vav Dalet. Hey Yud, Vav Yud Vav. Hey Yud, get you 72. That's what the Rashi Tevis of Besar Arla say. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not only does it give us this amazing mitzvah of milah, so as a reminder of our kedusha of a yid, but it's a constant reminder of this concept of Yimal Bisar Arlasei, but Yema Shmini. When you get to a level of Shmini, we want to be Yimal Bisar Arlasei. We want to get rid of all the klipas. We want to be Mamtik Didim. We want to find a Kadosh Baruch Hu in every facet of our lives. Have an awesome Shabbos.